All right, y'all. We are live, and it is just me here by myself. I'm waiting for Texas Mom. She should be showing up. The reason that I'm here by myself is I'm going to tell you some really awesome, exciting news here. And the exciting news is going to be our website discount code. I'm waiting for Mother to show up here any second. Texas Mom, where are you, Texas Mom? Paging Texas Mom. Texas Mom, YouTube is waiting for you. We just finished dinner, and we had an occurrence. So we had set the live stream. Okay, I'm just going to tell you. Okay, because this is going to be the discount code for the website. 10% off while we are live streaming, probably till about I think we set it for 3 o'clock tomorrow. So there will be a discount on the website till 3 o'clock tomorrow. And all of the boys are not here for a very specific reason. Hurry up, Mother. I want to tell them the exciting news. Okay.
I'm late.
Texas Mom would be late for her own funeral.
I'm actually an early person. I'm always early for everything.
Yeah, she's early for next week's live stream, yo.
No, I'm usually very early. I am the super early person.
Yeah. She's super early all the time.
It's true.
Oh, it is true.
You're the one who runs late.
Oh, it's me. I was like this live stream. I got here late and you were here before me.
No, I knew you were handling it.
And I started on time.
So you want to be part of the argument, everybody?
All right, y'all. Let's arm wrestle. Okay, so
All right. This makes me look like a snowman.
Oh, you're my snowman.
It's like extra fluffy.
So the boys were like, we want to go hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And we've only ever went hog hunting and whatnot. And we have some really cool blinds set up around here. And we have lots of dirt all around here. And we have super awesome neighbors and all kind of cool stuff. So I said, well, what's your plan? Well, we're going to go basically 3 to dusk. So I'm like, tonight? And they're like, yeah, okay. So I'm like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, just remember we got the live stream at 7. They're like, oh, we're only going to be hunting until the sun goes down, and then we'll be home. So we're doing our thing here, making dinner and doing all that good stuff. And I text Matt and I was like, hey, did y'all see anything? He's like, not yet. And it was 5 o'clock. And I mean, the sun sets at like 5:30. So at 5:20, I get these pictures on my phone, and there's Buddy with an 8-pointer. Yeah. And that's a mega monster buck for around here, y'all. Yeah. And there's many hunters that hunt their whole life and don't get a deer.
So
like
it
that.
was their first time hunting. They went with a neighbor and his son, and it was Buddy's first shot. And how far away was the deer?
My neighbor, not the boys, my neighbor claims the shot was 500 yards, and it was a 308. And it was not only the first time Buddy's ever went hunting, it's the first time he's ever shot a 308, and it's the first time he ever shot that 308.
Yeah.
And he bagged an 8-pointer. So
pretty cool.
They are processing the buck right now. And it's kind of funny because when they said that they were going to go hunting, Buddy's like, oh, I'm going to get my knife saw sharpened. I'm like, man, this guy is like, he is an optimist. He is like a believer. He's sharpening his knives with the anticipation that not only is he going to shoot a deer, he's going to process a deer.
But here is the thing. Buddy is a sniper. Buddy is whenever we're shooting or if they're doing some type of like archery or things like that, Buddy is super duper precise precision.
Yeah, Buddy shoots a pellet gun that does not have sights on it, and he's very accurate with it.
And he's always been like that.
Yeah.
Even with a BB gun.
Yeah,
when
Buddy
he was really
is
little,
blessed with shooting abilities.
He's
has natural ability.
Yes.
He's been gifted.
His personality type, when we did that, like, I don't know, it's been like a year or so ago now, just for fun, was logistico, which means, it was a logician, which means logistics, and everything about his personality has to do with details and logistics. He likes to know the logistics of everything. He wants to know it, conquer it, understand it, and he loves details, which is why he loves making his belts. Today he made a beautiful hat band. And the detailing on it is amazing. He used like horsehair thread and did this really beautiful cross stitch thing on it. And he said, yeah, I learned how to do that. And then he did like a little bit of cowhide on it. It's beautiful with a little silver buckle, everything. Hat band. I mean, it looks like you bought it off of a shelf in a store. It doesn't look like a kid made it.
And we just barely have enough room in all of our freezers, so the buck will get distributed evenly throughout all of our freezers because we were kind of stocked up.
And we're sharing it with the neighbor who took
we'll split it with the neighbor.
He wants to backstrap, and then he said,
perfect.
The other neighbor who they were on his land, they're going to give him a little bit.
Good barter. I like it.
So that. And he said it probably would be like 50 pounds. It's not going to be like a ton.
Yeah. It wasn't like an 800-pound buck. It was probably big for around here. It's probably 300 pounds or something like that.
It's a pretty big buck. 8 points is a pretty big buck. So it was an exciting.
Yeah, it was really neat. First time they've ever went hunting, and in about 2.5 hours. The problem is Buddy's going to think hunting's like falling off a log now.
They are just so wound up. And he was out there with his little friend, and his little friend was just like freaking out too.
Yeah.
So.
And Buddy will probably want to preserve mount the head. He's definitely going to flesh out the hide and use the hide. So that all the parts of that buck are going to be used, and Buddy's going to learn all throughout the process. Buddy was watching leather videos today. Yeah. And
they were watching hunting videos.
Yeah, they were watching Keith Warren. Ironically, this morning they were watching Keith Warren hunt elk. There are elk in West Texas.
Pretty cool.
I did not know that, but
there's a lot of deer farms in East Texas.
There's an enormous, and I mean there's lots of deer ranches in East Texas. Big old burly deer. But I'm very glad that they did. When Texas Mom and I were heading to Dallas a couple weeks ago, we saw a big buck across the road. It might have been that one. And then on our way back from church last week, there was a doe and a fawn that ran out in front of us. So it's always good to see the population pressure go down. And so that's what's new and exciting and happening. And exciting.
Yes.
And so, but that's why no one's here.
They all went out hunting with the neighbor, and now they're all back at the neighbor's house. And
they brought the deer back here so I could see it and all that cool stuff. And now they're skinning it out. I think Matt's going to be filming some of it before the battery goes dead on the phone. It was like 10% on the phone.
We'll make it into a short or something. We'll put it up. So, because that's probably going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're getting it all dressed.
Processed.
I don't know. Are they processing it tonight? Or they're just.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It won't. It's pretty small. It won't take that long to process. I mean, maybe an hour and a half, something like that.
But that's where all of the big boys are. And Big Tex joined them too. Because he wasn't allowed to go on the hunt with them, but he's over there now because he
learning the skills.
Yeah, he likes the whole process. He likes all the hunting stuff and all that stuff too. So he was really into it, and he had his little Carhartt, like the whole overall thing on and his hat, and he was all bundled up and ready to go over there. So he said, go ahead.
So I put it in the chat, but the discount code for 10% off at our website is Big Game Hunter, all capital letters, for 10% off. So go over there, hey, Farmer Brad, and check out the new Biden Fetterman for Prison 2024.
Type it in. Can we type it
I
in?
did. I typed it
okay. Big Game Hunter, all
Big
caps.
Game Hunter, all caps. And the website is TheTexasBoys.com. And it's great to have everybody on here this evening.
Yep. So you'll get 10% off site-wide, the whole site, until tomorrow. When did we say?
Tomorrow at 3.
Around 3 o'clock, we're going to expire the code. So if you need anything, you can go check it out over there.
Thanks to our moderators this evening. And it's
also, sorry.
Yes, Mother.
Also in big news this week, we've been using our wood stove and
exclusively
our fireplace, both going.
Yeah.
And how's that going?
It's going fantastic. And James put a heat exchange fan. He bought this little fan to go in between the front room and the kitchen so that there's a bypass to bring the warm air from the front wood stove into the kitchen. And he did all kinds of he flipped the fan inside out and backwards, and so that the button and the plug would be on the same side. But he's a trip. But yeah, it's working great, of course. And
yeah, it just kind of, there's like a big long wall between our kitchen and hallway and then our front room. So he put the little exhaust fan, and now he's got it. You know how James is. He likes everything to look really nice. So he wants to put like some type of metal like grate over top of it, so that way you don't see like the plastic fan in the wall. So he's like, we just got to pick out what color grate and what you want it to look like, Mom, and then we'll put that in there.
Yeah, and that wood stove burned about 6 sticks of wood today versus the fireplace consumed 20 or 30. So the wood stove is massively more efficient than the fireplace.
You know, the other thing that I noticed about the wood stove that's interesting to me is that when you're standing outside the house and you're seeing the two chimneys, the fireplace one is like smoke.
A lot more smoke. The wood stove, there's no.
It's clear.
It's very efficient. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, you kind of see like the heat waves, but you don't see smoke coming out of it.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're trying to help the environment.
Well, I didn't know that before. We've never had a wood stove.
No.
You had one. No, you had a wood furnace.
Yeah, I had a wood furnace. I grew up with a whole house wood furnace, and sometimes I'd shovel coal.
Us too. Yeah, we had a big wood furnace in our basement.
I split wood every winter, and my dad had this gigantic like wood mill bandsaw hooked up to an old like Chevy Nova or something like that. That thing was dangerous, and it was belt driven. It had like the belt looked like one of those old fireman hose belts. You know, it's real big braided belt. It was crazy. But yeah, that's how we grew up on the other side of the tracks.
Yeah, we had a big wood burner boiler in the basement too. And we had those big Belco doors that open up.
Same thing.
And throw all the wood everything down there.
We had the big Bilco Bombay, open the Bombay doors, and then we'd shovel coal down there.
And it would be so hot in that basement. It would be like cranking hot in that basement. But yeah, I think we did coal too a couple years. But yeah, we always did. I mean, we lived up north in cold country, so that wasn't unusual to have a wood burner or boiler in your basement. But down here, I just think it's exciting. I mean, I said to you tonight, how exciting is it that we're not going to have to turn on the heat all winter?
It's fabulous.
This is pretty.
The other fabulous thing is I love sleeping in the freezing cold. I sleep so much better, so it's very nice because in the back bedroom, hardly any heat goes back there.
Right.
It kind of stinks when you have to get up in the morning, but it's great for sleeping.
But it kind of gives you something to look forward to. You get up in the morning and you get the fireplace going, and then it starts to warm up. And around lunchtime, early.
And our wood stove is so efficient. This morning, it was still warm.
Yeah.
I mean,
it hasn't gotten cold yet either.
30 degrees. I mean, there was frost on everything. I mean, that's
cold.
About as cold, other than those 2 or 3 real deep freeze days you may or may not get. I mean, that's about as Texas cold as it's going to get.
Thanks, Carlos and Curly Q.
Oh, and Cynthia Pratt said that her uncle had to leave his boot making business due to health concerns. Buddy would probably be real interested in it, but the issue we would have is a place to put all the stuff, because now that the shop's been converted into a YouTube studio and the boy shop is way back there, we would have massive issues on where we would put stuff. But
they're gonna have some room in their back
soon
in the big shop. They're just getting that finished up.
And I think
James was talking about he just has to paint the one last side, and then he's gonna put the windows in, and then there's just like a one eave that has to be finished up. So he really wants to get that done, but this took priority because we were just bursting at the seams in the house, and it's so wonderful
to have a dedicated area and be able to process orders, and you can kind of like stop in the middle and leave them where everything is at, and you can pick it right back up. And so it's very nice. It makes it better with processing and all that good stuff. So it's nice, and it helps us to get your orders out faster for y'all.
Yeah, we never imagined that our garage would turn into a office space.
I knew that Texas Mom would steal my garage for something. She's always commandeering all my stuff.
Well, we're trying to get all of his stuff moved out to the greenhouse, and James has been working on the greenhouse. And
we have the one end wall is up, and so now once the back wall's up, we can start putting the skin on. It's just been a process. It's been cold and it's been windy, so we can't put the skin on when it's windy.
You can't do it when it's windy, and it's pretty much been James and Buddy. Matt's been really busy working on all the computer stuff, and
I'm worthless. Like I'm a one-armed worthless whatever. Uh-oh.
There they are, the great hunters.
Oh, here's the great,
hey, don't
the
attack
great
them.
wild.
Don't attack them. What's wrong?
I flipped the buggy.
What?
You flipped what buggy?
Our buggy.
Who was in it?
Me.
Just you?
Yeah. Okay.
How bad did you hurt yourself, son?
Not too bad. It just scraped up my leg a little bit.
You flipped our buggy.
You're gonna have to get off the live stream.
Yeah, we're gonna have to end the live stream, y'all. Where's the buggy at, bud?
It's right on the side of the highway, and some people helped me and picked it up, flipped it back over.